Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Human Revolution. So I want to say a little more about XCOM 2, just because I think it's a pretty popular title. So I just feel like saying I don't like it and it's bad is probably not enough.
Yeah.
So I said before, when we were playing Steven Universe, that the experience that I expect whenever I have like a strategy title is chess, and I didn't go on to explain like that's the baseline that I anticipate, and straying from that is important.
Yeah.
For example, looking at Fire Emblem as an example, Fire Emblem strays far enough from chess as a formula because, like, you name all of your pieces, and there is a variation on their ability to hit and defeat enemies, right? It's not you move into another character square and they are automatically defeated. I don't poo-poo anything that any strategy game that is just not just 100% chess, right? Like a chess reskin, because that's weird.
Yeah.
But the further you get from sort of like the ideal of it, where it's a game about information and being able to strategize and plan and basically make a plan and then act on a plan, right?
Yeah. With maybe, like, definitely some variation, but calculations that are meaningful.
Right. I mean, a reasonable certainty, that's what I think. A reasonable certainty that if you play well, you will do well. XCOM 2, I think more than XCOM Enemy Within, does not necessarily reward consistent good play. There are too many variables. Let me give you an example. There is a class in Long War specifically, and I feel this is a fairly typical example, right? If not exactly the spirit of it is true. So, you know, if there isn't an exact equivalent in the base game, I apologize, but I feel like it's going to be close. Man, nobody...
Everywhere we go, just, this is the
Man,
decor.
I'm so sorry. Let me just help you out here. Try and... there we go.
The bears are going to be upset that you moved the body.
I'm really happy that I mostly got him into the chair. Bye, man. Oh, wait a second. I think we might be leaving town.
Oh?
So I need to go to the shops. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
In XCOM 2, Long War 2, there's a class called the Technical. They have a gauntlet that has a flamethrower. One of the abilities you can get, and each character, just from their class, I think they get 8 functions. There are 8 choices. Well, they get one group of abilities that varies wildly from class to class. That's sort of like the starting package. And then, after that, every level, they choose one of 3. So technicals have a path on the right that improves their flamethrower function.
Yeah.
Of this gauntlet, the sleeve that they wear. One of the abilities gives the flamethrower a chance to panic targets. The flamethrower itself does damage in a cone.
Okay.
And it's not like a melee weapon, but it is a close range weapon. You have to expose yourself in most scenarios to use it effectively, to get more than one enemy in the cone, for example. I think it's blocked by high cover, so you often have to expose yourself just to use it at all to some degree. If you get that function that adds panic as a thing it can do, there's like this 3-step process where it deals damage, which can eliminate an enemy. It can burn a target, which can, for a time, it can effectively eliminate an enemy. And burn is also interesting because it reduces the kinds of actions that they can perform.
Be sure to tell.
And it deals damage over time, so it may sort of graduate from a temporary solution to a permanent one. And then panic, they skip their turn, in effect. So if I told you, you have a weapon that can hit multiple targets, and can deal damage, and then can burn, and then can panic, and can do any combination of those things, that seems like the kind of thing that you could safely make a plan around.
Yeah.
And then you use the damn thing, and it rolled the minimum damage number, because the variation, in my opinion, is far too broad for most of the tools you have in XCOM 2. And I thought that was true in the base game, and I don't think Longmore improved it any.
Yeah.
That's why, like, most of my favorite abilities in Long War 2 are things that trade base damage for hit. Like there's, what is it, Walkfire, I think, is the name of an ability, infantry type units. What is the base class? It's the infantry tree. It's like the ability gains, I think, 30 to hit, but deals half damage and can no longer crit. And that sounds pretty bad.
But if you're never hitting, if it feels like you're always rolling the bad dice, like I would rather not.
It's just so damn frustrating catching an enemy out of cover. No, let me tell you the most frustrating thing. It's whenever you do a big brain play, and I say that as sort of a joke because it's not hard math to do, right? It's not a hard solution to come up with. But if you spend a precious grenade from one of your grenadiers with the sapper ability, which is supposed to enhance destroying cover, if you've made all of the planning decisions to bring a grenadier, you blow up someone's cover, and you just get like this paltry bonus to hit and crit, and then you still hit the target and it only results in a graze, it is so frustrating. Because if they've been hit with a grenade, far too often, there's a situation, the following situation has occurred. I've had someone use a grenade, I've successfully blown up their cover, they get flagged with like the yellow "you are flanked" notification on the HUD. I will have someone attack them, and it just doesn't do enough damage, or it just doesn't hit at all. And it's incredible. It is.
Yeah.
It feels incredibly bad. Bless you.
Sorry. I was trying not to go ha-chew very loudly, and instead I think I made an odd mouse noise.
You ready to return to HQ?
Yeah. We already agreed to not do that one. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it.
Yeah, usually when games have mechanics available to stack together like that, you get better rewards for using them. Because at that point, what is the point of setting up something like that? Why not just spray and pray?
Well, I don't know. It keeps happening. So XCOM as a series, it has an ebb and a flow to it, right? Where you get the next tier of weapons, or you unlock some permanent upgrade that boosts everyone's aim, or you go on a mission, all of your soldiers on that mission gain a rank and gain a bunch of hit, and then when you send them out again, then it feels like, oh, okay, now everybody can hit. But it just keeps happening, especially in Longmore 2. The defense numbers just keep going up, and the HP just keeps going up, and the armor values just keep going up. And I find it more palatable than the 24, I think, hours that I put into the base game during that free weekend. It is better now.
Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen, from Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
Just to wrap things up, I just want to say that I would play the game. I'm still playing Long War 2, but when I play the base game, when I played the base game, and now when I'm playing Long War 2, it's not that I was suffering defeat, it's just the process of winning was so grueling. It just asked for so much at every turn and gave so little back that it didn't feel like a victory. It never felt satisfying.
It's like, oh, good, that's over.
Performing well, playing well over and over again, and just barely squeaking by because the systems are so heavily arrayed against you. It's not satisfying. It's just like, oh, finally. God, I'm glad that's over. So that's my problem with Long War 2, is that it jumps fucking 500 feet past the Tropic of Fuck About and just doesn't give you anything back.